Hello guys, this is regarding the Jeep doors. Since purchasing, actually now it is pretty old. This was in 2009. Now we are in 21. But since purchasing, even since new, the doors have always been a little stiff. And I never really removed the doors, never bothered. But today I thought, let me at least. It has been a pain for the passengers. It's really very hard to remove. Anyway, now I have. So what I did is, I saw on YouTube people have actually used jacks and everything. Let me lock it. They use a jack here, then they jack it up. But if it is very tough, then this can bend the metal here. So what I did is, some people suggested why not loosen this. This is a Torx 50 T50. Loosen a few threads and then hit it, which I did. And I did the same thing with the bottom one, but that wouldn't budge. Of course, I have not removed the harness or the stopper for the door. I just wanted to see if I could actually loosen these things, but that is not possible. So then I thought, why not remove these? These are also T50, Torx 50. Why not remove this one by one without dislodging the door, one after the other, and then see if I can remove only the hinge, because it is much easier that way, I feel. And you can see the corrosion here, which is what I had seen even with the rear view mirrors. These are all new. These are all aftermarket, new. Aluminum, they have used aluminum inside, and that corrodes. And all this dripping you see here, this is all aluminum, and I think salt water and whatnot over the years. So this is the corrosion, and inside this bolt was okay, no issues with this. This was a little rusted inside, and it is moving around, so I don't know how long it will last. So this is the one that was rusted a little bit, and this seems okay. And loosening this was not very difficult. I could just do it with this handle, whereas loosening this, I didn't want to exert too much pressure, so I had to use an extension pipe. Normally for such work I use this extension pipe, and with this I didn't have to exert too much pressure. It came off. As can be seen with the hammer blows with this wooden thing here, I just hit it with here. It has actually created a minor gap here. As you can see, there's a gap. So I'll use some penetrating oil and then see if that helps actually. So that should. This is now tight. It's not even moving. Some more penetrating oil. And I'll get back. You can see it has come so far. That's a big gap. And some sort of a plasticky thing coming out from inside. I don't know what it is. Here's a close-up. Anyway, now I have removed this bolt, which was at the bottom, because it was moving up. And now with the wooden piece, I am banging here a little bit, a little force impact with the small hammer, and I'm trying that. So I think I'm almost there. I'll get back. Came off, guys, finally. It came off, and without much trouble. So here it is, and I believe whatever sleeve was inside, I read that they used an aluminum sleeve originally. OEM part was an aluminum sleeve, and now aftermarket Delrin is available, even copper is available aftermarket. Before ordering, I wanted to see the status of this, whether I could remove it at all in the first place. But now that I have managed to remove it, I did have a jack and all that, but I wanted to try it this way. I'll try the other one now. I'll try this one and see how it goes. And the way it worked, I believe this was the tougher one because I don't have much gap here to use the hammer. In fact, I used the hammer this way. Oh, almost banged. This way, not this way, because there's not enough room here. So this should be much easier because I have enough room for the hammer movement. And I recommend doing it this way instead of, as many people have already suggested, loosen this, torques a little bit, 2-3 threads, and then try hitting it from here. If it comes off, well and good. If it doesn't, then try and remove these and then do it the way I did with a wooden piece. Remove one hinge after the other. That way the force required is less if you are doing it only on individual hinges. Of course, it depends on how things are here. I'm not sure how the nut is placed inside. This nut seems to be wobbling. This is secure, so I'm not sure how long this will last. So considering that the nuts are okay, I think this method is much easier and guaranteed. The good news is I think the sleeve is intact. So that is the sleeve. I believe this is a copper sleeve or maybe aluminum. I think the OEM was aluminum, I read. This seems to be intact. I'll just clean it with a wire brush. I have this correct dimension. With a wire brush I'll clean it, and with another wire brush or with a Dremel tool I'll see if I can remove all this muck. And likewise I'll clean this, and if needed, because this surface, if it is not plain enough and if the mating surface is not plain, then water will seep inside definitely and enter here. So that is the reason I'd like to smoothen this a little bit, and if needed I'll paint it and then allow it to dry. I'll get back on this and let you know what I did. So I'll use this 1/4 inch. I also have this 3/8 inch, but this is a little too big. I don't want to force it, but let me see. And 1/4 inch is a little too small, but I'll try to use this, like so. And then something has come off. Yeah, I don't know why this plastic thing is there. I don't know whether this was another sleeve. God knows. Anyway, that is what fell off from here. But I do see a sleeve here, so I'll retain that. And then before I assemble it back, I'll use some silicone grease. And then assemble it back and see how it goes. And then I will attempt removing the top one. I don't want too many unknowns. I want to complete this work. I should be able to lock the door securely. I have cleaned most of it. It was actually a lot of cleaning is required with the wire brush, and this definitely is aluminum. So this part was heavily corroded, or whatever this is. I think the interaction between metals and salt and whatnot. Even this I have cleaned. I'm not going to completely give a finishing touch. Let me open the other one also, this one, and start working on it. Meanwhile, after cleaning, the cleaning for now I'll leave it as is. I'll just apply some anti-seize grease here and there, and then put silicone grease here, and then assemble this back, and then start working on the other hinges. And then finally, when all the hinges come off easily, I will try to give it a finishing touch here for all the hinges. Plan of using silicone grease inside. For now, because it is metal, this is definitely aluminum. Definitely aluminum, even though we do get, as I mentioned, copper, and now Delrin aftermarket. So normally I use this one, anti-seize, for steel, stainless steel bolts and nuts, which I have used on my hex beam antenna before. This is easily available now. It's in the garage, and it's pretty late now. It is 7:30, close to 7:30 in the evening. Just want to finish the work. So I'll use this one here as well as here and then see how it goes. And I have also cleaned this shaft with a fine grit emery paper, sandpaper. So it is 7:35, it's already dark and not enough lighting. So I fixed it back and I already see an improvement now, even without repairing this one. And fortunately the alignment, door alignment is okay. I can definitely, this was very hard, it was not so easily movable. So the alignment is okay, there is no issue. So likewise tomorrow I'm going to work on this one, and I don't think I'll make a video on that. It'll be the same thing. So I recommend the method that I used now. I'm sure there are others who probably have used a similar one, although on YouTube it's mostly using a jack or hitting here, and that is what they have done. And I have not seen anybody posting a video on removing this part and then working on the hinge alone. Well, I didn't stop before winding up the work. I thought, why not give this one a try to see if it was easy enough. And as they say, lo and behold, it came off the same way without much effort. I just loosened this a couple of threads, hit it with a wood and a hammer, and then after that, as it started moving, I removed the Torx bolt, put a wood piece here, and then hit it mildly, and then it came off without any much effort. So even here, see the corrosion. Anyway, I'm going to fix this tomorrow. I don't think I'll do a video coverage of this, but just want to see if it was simple enough. And I can guarantee you guys, I think this is much easier than using a jack or anything else. Don't damage your doors. Just remove the hinge one after the other, so that the effort is less and the force required is also less. And then individually, like as they divide and conquer, so you can remove one after the other, repair it, and then place it back. That way you don't lose the door alignment as well. Well, I didn't want to leave it as is, so I just did some minor work. Tomorrow morning I'm going to really do the finishing touch. But I just applied some anti-seize, cleaned up, applied anti-seize, and then fixed it back. And then see, this Jeep from new, it has never moved like that. See, I don't have to use much force. It goes. It was never like that. We had to always pull it or push it or bang it. And now this moves very freely and then locks. So that's it for now.